Welcome to the first stage of pre-planning of interview.
A pre planning stage has been divided further into 10 more steps. First is review job description. Second, match yourself. Third, research the company. Fourth, research interviewer. Fifth, practice Q&A, question and answers. Sixth, add keywords to your resume. So, resume with keywords. Seventh is looking back and see our past experience. Eighth is getting the learning and putting our best foot forward. Ninth is our attire, our dressing. But it is not only just what you dress, it is completely from head to toe, from your shoes to your accessories to how you do your hair. And 10th, the last stage is to ensure we don't freak out. So we need to be stress free, we need to be calm. Now let's get into detail for each step. Review the job description. Read and reread the job description and note in a different sheet of paper what is it that the company is seeking in a candidate. What skills, accomplishment, qualities, knowledge is company looking for? If you don't have JD, you may ask your consultant for it. Or alternatively, you may look on job search portal like Naukri Indeed for a similar position and look out for 4 to 5 such opening. What does each company want? Look out for all these 4 5 companies for a basic ground like what is it that they are looking for in a candidate. And if you get something similar or you think this applies to this particular role, you may refer it and note it down.
You will have a job when you have what they require. And even in the worst of the economies, you can have job if you have to offer what a company really wants. So please note down all the requirements.
Find a match. Make a list of your achievements and skill that match the job requirement. Look for all the skills, qualities, certification, experience, professional qualification, abilities, computer skill, and knowledge base. What was the situation? How you did what you did? And then how much successful you were. You may collect this from last 3 to 5 years of experience. This will help in sharing the success when asked for a particular incident. For each skill or requirement that we have mentioned in the list, please find your skill which you have demonstrated. Best is to mention a story along with it. For example, job description says it wants someone with Excel. Note against it that what activities you do which requires Excel. What formulas you know. How many formulas you know? 10, 15, 20. What all cuts can you draw from the data? And tell what cuts you had shown to your boss and derived a very different angle of the same raw data. Have you shown something which has helped them getting a growth in business or reduce their concerns or issues? If yes, then yes, definitely we have to mention this particular story, how you did what you did, and how many formulas you have used. If they have asked a team player, you may mention any incident to show that you were supporting your team by helping them to achieve their goal at month end probably. So you and the rest of the team gets special trophy and appreciation. So for each skill, go back to your past, find your own story of appreciation or a nice achievement that brings smile on your face. Do it for all. Yes, if you've got 25 skills and achievement, please do it for all 25.
Do you like compliments? I'm sure we all love compliments. So, this is the time when we have to go back to our work experience history and see what good things we have done and note these things. These small stories or experience that we would be having, we need to keep a track of it. We have to write these stories. Why? Because during the question and answers, we would be sharing these stories basis the question asked. So these are like gems for us. So whenever a question is being asked, we would remove one gem and give it to the interviewer. And believe me, these gems are very precious. And the success stories, or your good things that you have done, need not be that you turned around the complete scenario of an organization, company was failing and you turned the tables around. If you have done that, great. If not, even if it is a 5% that you have helped in growing that particular department, or in any capacity in which you had, if you were able to help or push or leverage the company, that is a success story. So please note down all the success story from the first job that you had. This will eventually help us. So in case you wish, please pause this video. Do not skip this particular step, because we have to use it every in every question that would be asked to us. So please note all your success story and compliment yourself for those small success that you have had. The third step is to research the company. What do you mean by research? To research means to know a company. And why should we do that? Simple, because out of all the skills that we have, which one should we pick and offer it to the interviewer? Why? Because if we know what a company really wants, it would be easier for us to pick out of those 10 stories which one we should offer first. And more the matching story, more it would be easier for them to select us. So how can we do that? We can do that in multiple ways. Everything can be done right on your phone. So we can go to the company's website. In company's website, we have to see the about section that we have to see that. Press release, if at all they have, if they've won any award achievement, do refer that. Over and above that, there would be CEO and key official information as well. We need to see that and we need to know that. That is very important. Apart from that, we have to see social networking site like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Even Google is something that you'll have to refer. The news feed you'll have to refer, because that would have the latest changes or updates of that particular organization. Along with the company, we need to know something about the industry trends. If we are really keen into that particular industry, we need to know industry trends as well. So we have to refer that as well. And the last is networking. So I have made a full video on networking in my other masterclass for job search. So in case you wish, you could refer it. What is networking in short is? A networking is something wherein there's a person who is a bridge between you and the company. So you find a common bridge, and since this person knows you and the company well, it becomes very easy. So in case you want to know exact information what is going on in this particular organization, when you ask this person, that person would be able to give you insider information which you cannot get it from a website, Google or anywhere else. So networking becomes very important. So these are the different ways through which you can know an organization. And the more you learn about the organization, more you would be able to understand what questions would they ask you and how you should be responding it to them. And what can you expect as a question and how you should be responding. So we can be well prepared ahead of time.
Check out company's website. All the section like About Us, which will have company's mission and vision, how company started. In media section, we'll have latest news about the company. Under product section, we need to be aware about their business. What types of product do they sell? It could be product or service. In report section, or if we can see that report, if it is mentioned, we can know company's financial standing. We can know offices, how many locations do they have. You also need to know CEO and its key official. We need to be aware about their name as well. In short, when you open a website, all the tabs that this company has, we need to glance through these. We will also search through social media sites like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter.
We have to type the name of company in social networking sites, and here also we might get some additional information. Just scroll to know what the company is focusing on. Scroll to know the feeds. Is it good? Is it bad? What is it that they want to showcase to the world? Even in Google, we can type the company name and see additional latest update if we have about this company. Fourth step is to know the interviewer. Please glance at the LinkedIn of the interviewer to know the kind of person you would be meeting. Knowing that person helps in seeing the kind of achievement person had and many other things. Fifth step is to practice question and answers. I have prepared Q&A, question and answers, that could be asked in interview, so you can definitely refer it. This will have two sections, as I've told you. The first is why is it asked, or what is it that the interviewer wants to hear. So I'll give an understanding of it and then a demo, of course. So best when it is practiced with someone else apart from you. So if you have a mentor, please do it with mentor. That would definitely help you. If not, you can do it with a friend. If at all you have nobody, don't worry, you can definitely do it on your own. Do it in front of a full length mirror and answer all the questions that you think you would be getting. Do not murmur, I want to speak about myself. No, speak loudly, the way in which you would be talking to an interviewer. So speak loudly. In case you want, you can shut the door of that particular room, but speak loudly, look into your eye and say it. That also should suffice. The sixth step is resume with keywords. I have made a detailed video in another masterclass of mine, which is known as resume. You can definitely find the link. So in case you want, you may refer it. Explain you in short, we would now tweak with our resume before applying to this company. Above key skills that we found in first topic here, which we had written on a different sheet of paper, extract any of those keywords describing skills, qualities or experience that the employer has listed and add to your resume. Now you may open your current resume, see if you have mentioned any of those words. If yes, then replace it with the words in job description. If not, then we need to add these keywords so that in a fashion that it looks flawless. Seventh step is past experience about our recent interviews. Think about the previous interviews and analyze what went well and what didn't work. Here we want to keep good things intact and improve on things which didn't go well. Next step is to put your best foot forward. And how do you do it? Present yourself in the best possible way. In short, to sell yourself. Your skills are the products that a company is looking for. So, know to showcase your talents during interview. Ask yourself, with the skills mentioned in job description, what can I do for the company? What can I do best in the role mentioned? Present yourself as a strong candidate where you can showcase your strength that company requires with an example in story form that we had done in step 2. Dress well. Appearance plays a vital role in making good first impression. So ensure you have a proper dress for interview. If not, get one or arrange for one. Have a pair or two specific for interviews. Dressing includes from head to toe, so keep other things handy too. The last step in pre-planning is don't freak out. Stress or negative thinking is not going to help us. Prepare more than what you think you should give to this interview. But then don't think negative. Leave it rest to the higher intelligence, to the God. So little bit of stress is good. It will ensure we are aware during the process of this interview. However, the moment you feel that, oh, I'm not good enough, I had 20 plus interviews, nobody selects me, the moment these things get into your head, that means you're stressing or you're freaking out. In short, you're being negative, so your performance is affected. If we practice all and if you freak out, chances are feeble that you'll get selected. So get it straight the moment you are stressed. Tell yourself positive things, be cheerful, go and watch a movie, do anything to ensure that negative thinking that has entered your head should move away quickly. So that is it for pre-planning in interview process. See you in next session.